Glen Major is sometimes described as a ghost town, but there's something important missing from that story, because Glen Major was once much more than a few scattered buildings in the countryside. Named after the Edward Major family in 1878, it was a small community built around the surrounding farms, 3 mills, and the railway. The railway brought people and supplies through here, and Glen Major even had its own tiny flag stop station. The mill industries were the backbone and provided the locals with work. The school educated the local children, while the surrounding countryside supported the families who lived there. Since 1873, the Wesleyan Methodist Church offered spiritual comfort on Sunday's day of rest. And then there was the fishing club, dated to 1897. For generations, Glen Major wasn't just a place people passed through. It was a place people came to work, live, and spend recreation time. But like many rural communities, things gradually changed. The railway station disappeared, the post office closed, and later the school. The mills were gone, and many of the families who once made up the community had moved on. Today, much of Glen Major has been reclaimed by forest. Hikers use nearby wooded trails, thinking it's untouched nature. But every so often, the illusion breaks. Closer to the center of the village, many of its pioneer buildings are gone, and at first glance, it can look like a forgotten ghost town. But that isn't really what happened here. Glen Major never truly became a ghost town. The community changed, the industries disappeared, and the landscape slowly swallowed much of what was left behind. But people still live here, and perhaps the most interesting part of Glen Major is that it didn't disappear. It simply became something different. If you found this history interesting, you might like to take a look at my in-depth videos on the ghost town of Altona coming shortly.